All right. Hello, everyone. Coming back to you. I'm in San Diego this time, and Susan is in Sedona. We, we are the traveling caravan, I guess. We go everywhere where the energy need us. And I just came in actually last night, and I had an incredible time driving through and really, how you say, taking all that energy and that is through coming through all the different little places in the back sides of the road, because 8 is kind of, it's not like a big city when you take highway 8 to come into San Diego. So I just was thinking, this is a very intense energy, and we all have to be careful, but I'm going to let Susan go into this energy and talk to you about it. And I have a pumpkin in the back. So Susan, hi, how is Sedona and what's going on?
Well, the interesting thing was I was out of town when everyone lost cell service in Sedona. and,
That
and
was
these,
intense. That
yeah,
was intense.
these things happen in Sedona where the entire town is at the mercy of whatever happens. Like last year, it was snowstorms that made everyone be still and made everyone, you're not going anywhere. So this time it was all the cell phones, which I thought was very interesting. And then it just felt like it got really intense and very dark and intense. And of course, it is getting darker much earlier, but this felt like something different. And
Yes.
then the next day, there was beautiful sunshine and a cleansing breeze. But for me, it feels like there's just a total reset going on. Like everybody is getting a total reset, however that shows up for you. Maybe it's a partner that went, maybe your cell phone had to be rebooted, maybe your mission has changed on you. I am a rune reader, and the runes have completely changed on me. Like they're trying to speak a whole new language to me. So it's that kind of thing that's going on. It's just a total and complete reboot.
I agree. And I'm trying to adjust myself because the sunlight is keep coming in. So I want everybody to have it clear, but it's a beautiful sunlight. But here in San Diego, they have the Santa Ana winds are blowing, which is really extremely heat and dehydrating for the body. So that's also a very interesting thing to see, that even the how you say, the climate is changing as we're changing. I think everything is one, everything's going together. Yes, we're going into inner, but into an inner self, because this is like fall and we're going into winter. But it's kind of like, to me, everything is happening to clear us all the way through, like we talked about it last week. And I feel also people having a lot of resentment that's coming out. I don't know if you noticed that, the energy of resentment, like, this thing didn't happen to me, this didn't work out, why do I have to go through so much spiritual work and nothing is flowing the way it's supposed to flow in, or it was promised. I get that a lot. I don't know if you get that a lot, but a lot of my,
Said so many times, this is the season of death and rebirth.
yeah.
So spiritual whatever is not working is because you're not supposed to be doing that, whatever that is that you're doing. Let it go so that something new can come in.
Yeah, and it's not about judging the spiritual path, and it's not about judging what's going on. The more work you do, the more higher you get. But then if you, I got to fix this light. I'm sorry, guys. I got to move somehow because it's not, there we go. I think this is much better. Now everybody can see me. You can see the pumpkin better. Maybe that's what it is. So I have a feeling what's really going on is it's beyond um, just how do you say, it's beyond just the typical cleanse that we know. That's my feeling. It's beyond. It's a cleanse that we haven't even in the spiritual path, because I've been in it 30 years doing the spiritual work. You've been in it 30 years, probably as much as a lot of us have, and maybe things are not flowing the way we thought they would flow, but we cannot judge the path, because that path brought us here. And then the next level is going to continue bringing us to our dream and to where we want to go. So that's my feeling, that's my feeling. It's like, let's stop judging, let's stop how do you call it, analyzing, get into your heart, and what feels correct, it will show up in your life. If the intense feeling, like 3 years ago, I had a feeling something interesting, nothing that I can talk about, but there's something interesting was going to happen. And I was in India about this person. And I got to tell you, for the past 2, 3 weeks, that feeling is finally showing up that it was true. And I get a lot of that judging, being intuitive. My friends like, oh, there you go again, but it's the truth. It doesn't matter to me if it happens at the moment that I say it or down the line, but the feelings are always true and correct. So listen to that inner feeling, listen to that inner, how you say, intuition. Don't get stuck in your head and say nothing works for me.
Yeah.
See it as a new day every day.
This is where it comes down to surrender.
Yes, absolutely.
A lot lately with me and other people is like, how much can you surrender to the path that's unfolding for you? And if you're very much attached to a nice linear path, it may not work because it is a labyrinth and there are twists and there are turns. And as we are ascending with Gaia, perhaps you're getting a new mission that you're supposed to be doing. And if you do not surrender to that, nothing's going to go very smoothly for you. It is about how much can you surrender to what is going on right now.
I agree. I tell you a very simple thing. Yesterday, as I was driving, I was, I stopped one for, to go to relieve myself and my doggy. And then I got back in the car and I'm like, oh, I'm going to drive straight through now. I can make it, because I want to make it here before it gets dark, because I left a little bit later from Sedona. And what happened was I really had to stop again.
Yeah.
And guess what happened? I follow that. And then I missed an accident by those 5 minutes that I stopped.
There you go. There you go.
So it's in our head saying, oh, we're going to make it there. We're going to do it. Don't just push ourselves. No, just listen to that feeling that says, no, you got to stop now and go again. It doesn't matter what it is.
Right. This is not the time to be pushing.
It's not. It's not.
Not the
It's
time
not.
surrendering, because we do not know the entire full plan.
Exactly.
Like, you don't know there's an accident up ahead. However, your higher source does know. And if you
Exactly.
follow that, then it's always a much cleaner path. It may not be the one you wanted, it may not be the one that you envisioned.
But it's cleaner.
Not to say that there won't be some bumps along the road, but still, this is the time where do not try to push things. Do not try.
And I was in the beginning of the accident. It wasn't like I was stuck in line for too long. I was in the beginning. So, those 5 minutes or 2 minutes that I missed, whatever I stopped because I wanted to make it on time back here because we had a bunch of things to do. That's when the accident happened. So I drove by, it was a couple bikes. I sent blessings because one of the guy was down and the thing hasn't come in yet. The ambulance hadn't come in yet because it's probably just has happened. So I was like, thank you, God, I'm so protected. Thank you so much for this protection.
Right. Right.
And we don't do that. We don't really understand why we have to do it again and lose 5 minutes of our life, which is in the out there world, like in San Diego or in the big cities, even in Sedona, we're rush to make things happen. What is there to happen?
Yeah, that's another thing is if you do not take those moments to be quiet, to be still, there you can't allow the information to come in. You want to have that stillness, and it doesn't have to be a half-hour meditation.
No, it
It
doesn't.
can be where you let the brain go still. Maybe you just look at the trees or the clouds or the leaves, or if you're not out in nature, maybe you're just staring at a beautiful painting that you have on your wall. But you need those quiet moments, that moment of stillness, so that you can see something's coming in and follow that path and instead of trying to put the round peg in the square hole kind of thing. It was very, very true that.
Yeah, so it's, to me, that's the message for this week, because also it's a back astrological, it's a big astrological thing is happening with Mars. So please, everybody out there, be careful. Listen to what I just listened. I had to stop and to relieve myself and go, do what I needed to do. Those 5 minutes, even if I left half an hour later from Sedona and I wanted to catch up, guess what? I still made it those 15 minutes early
Yeah. Yeah.
down
Yeah.
the
So,
line.
so
It's
once
it's
again, pay attention. Pay
yeah,
attention.
yeah. I made it 15 minutes early. Nothing changed. I made it on time. At 4 o'clock, I was there 15 minutes before 4, even with the stopping, even with everything that I did. So it was back on my time. So if we can follow that and listen to it, like you said, and surrender, that's the big, huge thing, is to
Yeah.
surrender. And I
That is
think,
the thing right now is surrender. You must surrender to what is unfolding.
yeah, I agree. I agree. So anything else you want to?
Oh, I think that'll about I think that'll about do it. Then once again, I want to say it is a total reboot that's
I
going on
agree.
for everyone, not just the phones, but the bodies and the emotions and the spiritual. Everything is getting rebooted.
I agree.
So,
I had to reboot in that time. I had to reboot my internet at least 5 times.
well, there you go.
There you go. It wasn't happening.
Yeah.
I wasn't catching
But
it.
don't let the anger come up when you have to keep rebooting things.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, something big is going on here. Something big is going on. I need to pay attention. I need to surrender to whatever it is that's trying to come in.
Yeah. And be positive. Just wake up every morning and say, this is a new day. This is a beautiful day. Let me get dressed. Let me put some makeup on and just go on my day. Even if you have nothing to do. Or, for men, you don't put makeup on. But,
Maybe
just whatever, it's whatever everybody likes out there, but you can just get dressed and be happy, and don't really get down on yourselves. We have to stay happy, and we have to stay in our hearts, and that's part of the surrender, I think, also, is staying in our hearts.
yeah.
So at this point, coming from San Diego, we love you. Please subscribe to our channels. We're almost there. We want to make it to 100. I think we have 80 so far. And we really appreciate when you share it so more people know about us and really following us. And if you really want to have some sessions with us, Susan has her her website underneath our YouTube, and I also have my website as well. So, and if you want to come to Sedona, get in touch with us and we'll be here to take care of you. So namaste. Have a great
I'm
time. Bye, Susan. I miss you, and I'll
Bye.
see you next week.
Bye.
From